just the road and some thoughts. Living in the Philippines has been a great experience for me, but like anywhere, it comes with challenges. Not complaints, just realities that don't always get talked about. The hardest part about living in the Philippines for many expats isn't paperwork, money, or even language. It's something deeper, something you don't notice at first, because it creeps in slowly over time. One of the biggest challenges is being far from family. Birthdays, holidays, small moments you used to take for granted, they still happen, just without you there. Time zones and video calls help, but they're not the same as being present. There's also the absence of childhood friends, the people who knew you before life got complicated, the ones you don't need to explain yourself to. Making new connections is possible, but those lifelong bonds are hard to replace. Even when you're surrounded by people, there can be moments of quiet loneliness, not constant, not overwhelming, just subtle. It usually shows up during slower moments, like late nights or long rides like this. Culture shock is another adjustment, not in a negative way, but in small daily differences. How things are done, how people communicate, what's considered normal here may feel unfamiliar at first. Of course, some people can adjust easily to any situations, but some it takes a while. Sometimes it's the indirect communication that takes getting used to, reading between the lines, understanding tone, pauses, and context. It's a skill you slowly develop over time. Food is another area people underestimate. The Philippines has amazing food, but the flavor profiles are different. Some expats struggle at first, especially if they're used to very specific cuisines. Food variety exists, especially in bigger cities, but it may not always be what you're used to back home. Certain comfort foods are harder to find or more expensive, and that adjustment can take time. Then there's the weather. The heat is real. For people not used to warm climates year-round, it can be draining. There's no real cold season to reset your body. It's hot, humid, and constant. You learn to slow down because of the heat. You plan differently. You move differently. At first it can feel limiting. Over time, you either adapt or struggle. Being a minority is another experience expats don't always expect. It's not a bad thing, but it's noticeable. You stand out. People look. People ask questions. Sometimes you're the only one from your background in the room. Some people like this vibes. Some people it maybe make them uncomfortable when all eyes is on them. You don't often see people who grew up where you did. Same slang, same references, same shared experiences. It's not negative, just different. And different takes time to feel normal. There are moments when you miss blending in, being anonymous, not being noticed just for existing. Again, not a complaint. I think that kid stole a coconut. Another challenge is emotional distance from familial support systems. Back home, you knew where to go when life felt heavy. Here, you have to rebuild that support slowly. Some days feel incredibly peaceful, other days feel strangely quiet. Learning to sit with that quiet is part of expat life. The Philippines teaches patience, not just with systems, but with yourself. You won't adapt overnight, and that's okay. It's easy to compare life here to life back home. That comparison can steal a joy if you let it. The moment you stop comparing is when things start to feel lighter. Loneliness doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. It often means you're growing. You left familiarity behind, and growth usually comes with discomfort. Over time, routines form, favorite routes, favorite places to eat, familiar faces. Slowly, the unfamiliar becomes familiar. You learn to appreciate simplicity, less noise, less pressure, fewer expectations from others. Some expats struggle because they expect the Philippines to feel like home immediately. It doesn't. It becomes home gradually, in pieces. The hardest part isn't adapting to the country. It's adapting to yourself in a new environment. You learn resilience, independence, self-trust. Those lessons stay with you long after the discomfort fades. Despite the challenges, many expats stay, not because it's easy, but because it's meaningful. The struggles don't disappear, but they soften. They become part of the experience, not obstacles. Living abroad shows you who you are when comfort is removed. That's not always easy, but it's powerful. The hardest part of living in the Philippines as an expat isn't the country. It's the adjustment between who you were and who you're becoming. Thanks for riding with me today. If you enjoy these videos and would like them to be longer, let me know in the comments. Reading your comments is what motivates me to keep creating content. Ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.